Now that we got the intermediate sounds down, we're going to talk about tuning the call up to what you prefer, to your tones, to your back pressure, everything that you like. So if we take a call apart and we look at this call, as we talked about in the beginner section, you have three pieces. You have your reed, your tone board or your trough, and then your wedge. You want to try to keep an eye on where that's going. We want to take a marker and we want to mark around this guts and on the reed. And then as we slide this, if it falls out, if something happens, we can get it back to factory settings. So a fine point Sharpie that is just like this one right here. It's the Sharpie pen. If you take that and you make those marks on those guts, you're always going to be able to get that back to the factory setting. You'll notice on the guts, there's a line on the back tone board. If you start as a good reference point, that line on the tone board, if you line up the wedge with that line, that'll be a good starting point. So if, let's say this call falls out, you get these three pieces into your hand, and now you have to get it back together to be able to get your sounds that you want. So it's going to be a little bit tough to see with fingers and that, but you want to take your reed, put it in that tone board. This wedge will have a tall side and it'll have a short side, and you can see that with your naked eye. You're going to set that reed back on like this, so it's three pieces. Slide that in, and then as you slide this wedge up and down on that reed, it's going to lengthen or shorten the reed. If you shorten the reed will give you a higher pitch. If you lengthen the reed, it'll give you a deep lower pitch. If you do them too drastically one way or another, you're not going to be able to get any clucks out of them at all. So let's see, it's trial and error if we got it back to the right spot. I can tell that that's got a little bit of air going past it, so meaning my reed is not set all the way up on my guts. I'll adjust it a little bit more, move that wedge and that reed just a little bit, and give it a shot again. And that's it. That calls back to where I like it. Just that simple. Give it a shot. Go on Slayer Call's website, order a couple sets of guts so you can start modifying them just a little bit, moving them around, find out what you like, get that call set to exactly where you want it so you can get out there and start killing geese.